score a whole lot of points and still lose. But you got to know how to play defense against the devil. Y'all ain't talking to me here. You got to know how to combat against your one who's trying to confuse you. You got to know how to defend yourself against all of your dilemmas. You got to know how to exhort God when everybody else is trying to make you exit.
All right.
Would you look at somebody and say, baby, there can only be one winner?
There can only be one winner.
I don't care if you're running a race, there can only be one winner. I don't care if you're playing football, there can only be one winner. I don't care if you're playing basketball, golf, y'all ain't talking to me here. Soccer, tennis, y'all ain't talking to me here. Swimming, it really doesn't matter how many folk are involved. Can't nobody win but
one.
So the question comes to mind today, how many winners do I have in the house? You may have came in here with your head down, but you ought to leave with your head up high, because you know that you're not what you used to be. But you ought to thank God for who you are right now, because if you did not go through what you went through, then you wouldn't be able to do what you're doing right now. If you did not have the slander that you had, then you wouldn't be able to thank God for where you are right now. Would you slap your neighbor and tell him, say, baby, there can only be one winner? So here, no matter what sport you play, you got to understand that there's always some rules involved. I'm feeling this thing, y'all. And no matter what sport it is, there are some do's and some don'ts. But now we looked at it from the carnal perspective, but let's look at it from the spiritual perspective, because whether you know it or not, you're on God's team. If you're on God's team, then you got to follow the coach. Y'all ain't talking to me here. Come here, Coach Jesus. Are you ready to run the play? Coach Jesus already gave you the play, but are you going to run the route that he told you to run? Are you going to be the wide receiver that's going to go after the ball? Or are you going to be the one who's going to hit the home run to knock everybody else in? Or are you going to be the one that hit the final three-pointer? Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, y'all ain't talking to me here. Or are you going to be the one who step up to the plate in order to get the goal accomplished? Would you look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, nobody knows, but there can only be one winner. And so here, since rules are involved, 2 Timothy 2 and 5 in the NIV says, similarly, if anyone competes as an athlete, he does not receive the victor's crown unless he competes according to the rules. It is, whenever you step out of bounds, your play gets disqualified. Anytime you step over the line when you shoot a three-pointer, it only becomes a two-pointer. Anytime whenever you shoot a free throw and you step over the line, it is null and void. But aren't you glad that God knows how to take your null and void situation and turn it around into a positive situation? When everybody said that you were nothing but a negative situation, God will turn you around and make you a godly situation. Is there anybody in this house who knows that there can only be one winner?
One winner. All right. That's right.
There's a way to do everything. But the question is, who's going to do the right thing?
Well, now. That's right. Well, now.
The winner can only be the one who does the right thing. But not only the right thing, but the right way. And so, my brothers and my sisters, let me go ahead and dive into the text. I see that I'm already boring you. As we look at Philippians chapter 3, you'll find that Paul here helps us to understand that there is a prize at hand. And I don't know how many of you came looking for a prize. I don't know how many of you came looking for a miracle. I don't know how many of you came looking for a blessing. And I don't know how many of you came looking for a breakthrough. But would you look at your neighbor and say, baby, I'm going to come out of my egg now. I wish I had somebody here. Would you look at your neighbor and tell them, baby, I'm getting ready to come out of this situation. I know it looks bad. I know it looks rough. I know it's been tough. But I'm getting ready to come out of this thing. I know folks that already said that I wasn't going to come out of this. They said I was going to always be who I was. They said that I was always going to stay where I was. Would you touch your neighbor and say, baby, look at me now. I've come too far to turn around now. I know I've come this far by faith, and I didn't come this far by sight. this goal?
Well,
How do I arrive at the place of the winner's circle? I wish I had somebody up in this house. You got to understand, the first thing that I see according to verse 12, if you haven't closed your Bibles, Paul says, not as though that I had already attained, simply suggesting not that I already got it, but I know I'm getting ready to get it. Because I've been practicing. Y'all ain't talking to me here. And anybody who practices, you can expect to come out on top. Because those who find themselves lazy will find themselves in lack. When you find yourself working hard, yes, the Bible says work while it's day, but when night cometh, no man can work. Faith cometh by works. Y'all ain't talking to me here. Y'all ain't talking to me here. You got to understand it's going to take something for you to get something. You got to slap your lips and baby, bust a move. You got to get out of your state. You got to get out of your state of mind. You got to get out of your position. You got to find yourself being about God's business, because no matter what you do, no matter what you say, I got to deny me so that I can get what God had for me. So verse 12 helps me to understand, not as though that I had already attained, either already perfect, but I follow after. In other words, I don't care what kind of leader you are, you still got to be a follower first. Because everybody is, yes, I ain't talking to me here, everybody is held accountable to somebody. Everybody got to look up to somebody. And whether you know it or not, the Bible says, I will lift up mine eyes unto the wheels, from which cometh my help, and my help cometh from the Lord, who made the heaven and the baby. If you can't look up unto man, you can always look up unto God, because he is the author and the finisher of my faith. I can't make it on my own, but with God, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. So here, I look at the text on today, 1 Corinthians 9. Y'all bored yet? 1 Corinthians 9 and 24 says, know ye that, yes, they which run in a race run all, but only one receiveth the prize. Would you look at your neighbor, baby? There can only be one winner. I know you may be in the second, the third, or the fourth leg, but there can only be one winner. I know all of us are running the reload here. Y'all ain't talking to me here, but there can only be one winner. I'm going to be the one that crossed that line. Y'all ain't talking to me here. I'm going to be the one who makes the last free throw. Y'all ain't talking to me here. I'm going to be the one with the soccer ball going through the soccer hole. Y'all ain't talking to me here. Is there anybody in the house ready to be a winner? And so the Bible says that, yes, because everybody is going after the prize, the question is, who's going to obtain?
My God.
Who? Somebody say, who? Who's going to obtain the prize? But the truth of the matter is, Romans 12, 4 and 4, it says, for as many have members in one body, and all members have not the same office. But you got to look at verse 16, because it says in order for them to win, they got to be of one mind toward another. Mind not the high things, but condescend to men of low estate. In other words, be not wise in your own conceit. In other words, baby, you can't think that you all of that in a bag of chips. You can't think that you're the only one in the, y'all ain't talking to me here. You can't think that if you don't play, then we're going to automatically lose, because there's more of you than that. Y'all ain't talking to me up in here. There's more of others than it is of you, and you got to have some help, because somebody got to set the picture, somebody got to block. Y'all ain't talking to me here. Somebody got to get in the way so you can make your way to the hole. Is there anybody in the house who knows that there can only be one winner? And so, well, let me go ahead and unload my little red wagon. The only way that we can win is that we got to find ourselves positioned for the prize.
All right.
Somebody say position. See, the problem is that we're coming to church, but we're not having church.
All right.
Say that again.
Well,
I'm gonna turn around till y'all get it.
All right.
I'm gonna turn one more time because I think we got it. We coming to church, but we not having church.
Well.
We showing up to church, but we show up when we get ready to show up.
All right.
We treat God like a holy pimp.
Jesus. Yes, we do.
I'm gonna talk to somebody on the outside today. Hello, anybody out there? You got to understand, y'all. We got to understand that we got to be in position. See, you cannot help the body to grow if your talent is not present. That was hot off the press. That is not on my notes. Y'all ain't talking to me here. You got to be in place at the right time. As a matter of fact, you got to get here early to make sure that things are set up so that when folks show up, you can show out. Not you, but the God in you. Would you slap your neighbor and say, baby, you got to get in position. Paul helps us to understand that I may apprehend for which also I am apprehended. In other words, anytime you find yourself apprehended, that means that you've been caught up.
Well.